But I think our sport is so niche.
Yep.
That's why the views are so low. Is because those are actually people that give a shit about freestyle. Whereas if you have if it was just all fails, go find a motorcycle fail video. I guarantee it's got 1 million views.
5,
So
10.
I would
20,
say nobody else cares about this unless you're actually into it. You're not going to sit there and watch a 24-minute long video.
Hi, I'm Steve Summerfeld, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Riders Lounge podcast. And sometimes I'll bring in content from other places as something just a little bit extra if you're looking for just a bit more FMX during the week while you wait for some new interviews. Now this one is a little bit different. This is a companion to the companion of the Red Bull Imagination competition hosted over a month ago now with Tyler Berriman and Red Bull America. Basically, I jumped on a Zoom call with Clint Esposito from Two Wheels to Freedom and the live stream comedy to do a companion episode of watching the entire event and basically sitting there and commentating on it. I've seen them done before, but this was definitely the first one I joined in on, and actually it was pretty cool. Maybe only it was cool for us, but it was like catching up with old mates, especially when Austin Drummond joined in, as the boys are both riding a whole bunch of shows together at the moment, and they took a little bit of time out from those shows to record this companion. And the best part of doing these types of things, I find the more I talk to like-minded individuals, so many more awesome ideas come out of it. So I actually can't wait to bring to life some of the ideas that Clint, Austin, and I fleshed out in about 30 minutes. And it was definitely a much better use of a Zoom call, I think, than I've ever done for work. Actually, to be honest, the best way to listen to this is probably by tuning in to the Two Wheels to Freedom YouTube channel and watching it all there with the video as well. I'll put the direct link to the video in the show notes if you want to go and check that out. But I figured if you don't have time and you're just looking for some more moto podcasts, this is here as a backup option as well. So here we go. Grab yourself a cold Rothaus Tannenzaepfle alcohol-free beer, sit down and listen to Clint and Austin, who had the advantage of watching this competition beforehand, and me watching Red Bull Imagination for the first time. And you can listen to just how much I was behind the 8-ball.
Yeah. All right, you ready to start playing? Ours
man.
24 minutes and 4 seconds.
Sweet as. Yeah.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know
if
you were going to go. I didn't know if you were going to say go or...
No, we got to go.
We need to clarify that.
What do you want to go on, Steve?
1.
Okay, then we go on 1.
On 1. On 1. Everybody's already played, for you at home. Everybody's already played the first ad, then rewound it to the beginning. And we got it set right there. And we're going to start at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Are you playing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to act like I haven't seen it.
Holy shit. I haven't seen it. Like, this is actually the first time.
So you haven't even watched the setups.
Nope.
So
I haven't seen anything.
How did you avoid seeing any of that?
I was so busy with Night of the Jumps. We had our first event on in 18 months. So I was booking flights and travel and everything. So I was pretty busy. Man,
so K-Dub's Kingdom is a bunch of different lines next to each other. I'm sure that's still gonna be loud as fuck. Go further away. Go further away. So
no.
What I learned from this whole thing is that Berman is Captain Huckajump.
Yeah, he's not scared.
Is he?
Not scared. Yeah, everybody followed him off of everything. You'll see that if you watch the practice ones. He apparently just guinea pigged everything.
No way.
That's the first time he hit it. He decided to whip it.
No way. Yeah, second gear. Easy.
All she's got. You're good.
I was thinking, because I ride YZ250, and I was thinking to myself, if I was there, oh no, we're loading, dude.
Yep, I've got an ad. Awesome.
Oh, that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to bring the ad in. So we'll talk you guys through your ads.
Yeah, well, I'm
Hey,
on.
why don't you got one of those beers? You can advertise your beer.
I don't have a beer right now, but I'm about to drop into the English distributor this week for the Rothaus beer. But I do have a whiskey.
But I mean, whenever their ads pop up, we'll just do our own.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I'm sitting on 2 minutes and 3 here. If you can grab yourself 2 minutes and 3, but
all right, so you got,
exactly.
Do you have Sealy like crouched down?
That's the one. Sealy's crashed down 203.
Ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1.
And now he's jumping, and that was good. Man, it actually looks really good. Josh Hill's on there now. Hopefully it's the same point for you guys, but
yeah, we're good.
So I've never met Darren Durham, but he's like the hucker, basically.
No, not Durham, Berriman.
Berriman's the hucker?
Yeah. He apparently, everybody, on one of the episodes, Bierman's like $100 to whoever jumps that jump. Big Hill jumped it, and then he goes, I'm a man of my word, and he goes, no, keep it. I owe you for like 1,000 for all the jumps I followed you off of.
That's cool. Holy shit. Like this part here, watching everyone ride something for the first time, I think is better than probably what the competition's going to be. I don't know what the comp looks like. I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing.
And I think that's the issue. I think we need more clarification on the contest, because now, like, I think a lot was left out because it is only 24 minutes, and there is some of this buildup in the finale. So like it wasn't shot like a contest where you just see like everybody's run.
Yeah. The coolest part though for me though is seeing them all jumping, like you said, the first time, because you get to see like
them being nervous.
How crazy these jumps actually are, not after they get them figured out perfect and like make it look easy.
Yeah, that's it. Like that Buddha just then looked rough on the suspension. Like that just smashed them to the moon. But that's way cooler than just the normal comp.
Yeah, I'd much rather see them all hit it first time.
Like even just that knack just before that knack, and everyone's like, oh yeah, obviously there's a reason why everyone was stoked on a simple knack.
Hey, how about that contest? You build a big course, and then nobody else is around. Everybody else goes out by themselves, and you see how long it takes everybody to jump everything and how well they time.
Oh, I would like to be a judge or a commentator of that. I would not want to be the rider.
No, me neither. I would be the worst in that style of contest ever.
That's a fucking good idea. That would be so cool.
I would love to see that.
You know who would have been really good? Chuck back in the day, because he didn't give a shit. He would go for anything.
Really?
But if you're going off smoothness,
yeah.
Then who would you bid on?
Nice.
Right now?
He has a better touch on the freestyle world.
I would say Bierman or Raha or Big Hill.
Axel.
Yeah, somebody like that probably right now. Because they're the guys that are hitting shit, big stuff all the time that nobody else is hitting.
Yeah.
Tom can jump it all.
Yeah, Tom as well.
So what's this? The jib section. I've seen the names of a few things, but I haven't. I honestly, I really didn't get a chance to even look at social.
Little small jumps, wall rides.
This is the section I would ride. I wouldn't jump anything else. I would just ride the little jib section.
Yeah.
I mean,
even the little stuff looks big.
I know. Well, I meant the wall ride and stuff like that.
I don't think would have been able to hit all this stuff in second gear.
I think that when I saw that Fast House Fun Box, originally I thought it was a wall ride over that gap in the bottom, which I was like, sick. But
that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. wall ride up over a gap like that. I mean, Jason Baker's still, you know, everything basically for the last 10 years, probably in the US.
They've got the dump truck.
Yeah,
that's so funny. I wish I don't actually have my drawings. I wish I had my drawings here with me in England, because when we did the Red Bull Dirt Diggers, Red Bull asked us, can you put some machines into the course? And I drew basically exactly that same thing. Almost identical, but that's not the funny part. It's how shit my drawings are is what you know. like a 3-year-old could draw better than what I did. But I sent it through to our designer Tia, and he made it look good, but man.
Maybe you do that as a secondary contest at next Dirt Diggers is just the jump everything.
I really like that idea. It'd be,
because if you're trying to talk about skill level and confidence, you know, which is essentially what free riding, you know, is, right? So I mean, I think especially uninfluenced, now you're getting their perception of the course totally uninfluenced by watching anybody else. So you're getting their own creativity.
You're going to have a lot more people fucking shitting their pants is what you're going to have.
What you're going to have is 10 ambulances on the go.
Because they don't get to watch anybody else.
You don't see anything else. You just go out.
One guy hits it and then like, all right.
So then that's what it is. It's that's me. I may care. Austin's like, at these shows, Austin's like, I don't want to practice. I'm like, bro, hit it like a couple times for
Just get 1 or 2 under your belt. You're sweet.
Yeah, I need to see you and hear you, and then I'll be all right.
Oh man, yeah, but like turning up and jumping, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
there's probably only going to be 1 or 2 dudes that even get to the end of it. Like you'd have to have a 20-minute competition or 20-minute run just to like look around and.
Well, that's what you just set them out. You set everybody out for their practice. This is your practice time. And you see who's jumped the most stuff and, you know, in that amount of time and what they've found, you know, lines or tricks they've found.
You get bonus for jumping the gnarliest stuff first. Like without warming up, if there's like some huge dirt jump, they're like, all right, if like we'll have it worked out in the judging where if you hit this jump very first right out of the truck, you unload and you go straight to jumping this jump.
It's an extra
you get
10
bonus
points.
5. You flip that jump first before you jump it.
How many minutes of practice are you giving them in your head for this new competition?
I would say at least 20 minutes.
20 or 30 minutes.
All right. So 30 minutes practice.
If you have a course like that, for sure. At least 20, 30.
Maybe the year before, like what this course looks like to me now, this looks so much bigger than last year.
Yeah.
So maybe like last year's size, 30 minutes practice and then go for it. That could be cool. That could be really cool.
I'd like to see it.
And you have everybody come out not seeing. The problem is once the first guys go, then everybody gets to see what they were doing.
Then you've got to lock everybody up in
the
green room.
Separate.
Yeah, everybody's in the green room, and then they just come out for their one run. That would be.
If the first rider fucks up though and gets hurt, everybody else is going to be like,
no, but they won't. They won't know. They're not going to know nothing.
When he doesn't come back into the room, they'll know.
All right, so then the next part of this is you're gonna have 2 rooms. The one for the guys who haven't ridden
before and after.
Yeah. Oh no, that sounds horrible. I would not want to ride that competition, but it would be cool to see.
But that's why we want to torture the best in the world with it.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
We know that they're better human beings than us, so we're gonna.
Yeah. Like we're just the old guys just stuffing around. Like, let's see what these young bucks can do.
All right, we're ready to go again.
Yeah, I'm at 7:25. What about you guys? So that's practice day 4.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Man, these damn ads.
I know. Red Bull making that money.
I'm really impressed with Rothaus, right?
Red Bull making the money and Raha comes on screen. Perfect.
I'm impressed with his riding lately. He seems like he's
Man.
really like cleaning up a lot of stuff and looking a little more professional. I like his look.
Well, he's a factory
now.
husky guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like this almost perfect mix of rat bag and factory. All kind of in one. He's
got
good.
the edge that they're looking for, like where kind of a little bit of attitude, but he is, like you said, mellowing it down enough where he's palatable for a lot more people.
Yeah.
Which is the issue, no matter what it comes down to, you still have to be kind of accessible to the masses.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've only met him once. And again, it was at Dirt Diggers. And he was so easy to work with. Yeah. Like he didn't give a shit. He's just like, you just tell me when I got to ride and I'll go ride.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
I met him a couple times. He was pretty, I wasn't obviously dealing with him like that, but I was just around him and he seemed cool.
Oh, here's my question. So in the middle of, maybe they've said it because I've got my sound turned down, but I did see a little bit of social that Tyler Berriman was on crutches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just saw him on that clip just then, 10 seconds ago. Here he is now on crutches.
Yeah, he goes back and forth from crutches to riding.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think he jammed, when they showed that big case before they went to break, I think he jammed his ankle and then he just took this one day off.
No way.
And then once they went for the contest, he came back out.
Look at this.
Oh, so you've just blown this for me. Like, hey, no spoilers. I haven't seen the competition.
All right. He's ruining it for everybody. The guy just took the KDX through like a foot of mud.
How did we do that? He's swamped.
I'm impressed by Sipes, man. I mean, I guess he was a Supercross guy still as well, but
everything.
Yeah, but how old is he?
I don't know. Not my age yet, I don't think.
No. Yeah, man, that's a really cool drop.
Yeah.
Anything where you're dropping and you don't see it, like
And they're running, because I watched that one on Instagram. Their running is like curved the whole way. They're right by like the booth or whatever.
Yeah, like you want to know you've got grip all the way around. Oh, that was a cool transfer.
Yeah.
I think actually like what I'm getting out of this compared to last year is way more transfers. Oh!
Well, yeah, the courses are huge. There's a full dirt course and then there's a full like gigantic Supercross style section.
What happened there?
He caught a kicker.
Did he?
Oh yeah, watch.
Did his bike cut off? His bike was off.
Yeah, he got out of that good.
Yeah. Real good.
Yeah, I didn't.
It looked like it was pretty big too.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to be walking away from that. That quarter pipe looks way better this year. The whole landing and everything around it.
Those things are so gnarly. Tom has one at his house, and
well, think about if you were going back to the same place you did Dirt Diggers, and that course was still there, and then you just had to like tune it up and add some stuff. It's way better than the original time trying to do it.
Yeah, I mean that one. We were supposed to go back there last year, but of course COVID. I don't even think it would exist because that place was a dumping ground for dirt. That's all it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so that where we were
covered over.
Yeah, it'll probably be 1 or 2 meters under dirt now, or 3 feet, 6 feet for you guys over there.
There you go. Thank you.
Hey, not bad.
I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
You're in the UK now. They use that, don't they?
Yeah, I know. And my phone automatically switches on Google Maps to miles. And so like I'm driving down the road and it's like, in a quarter mile, turn left. In 300 yards, like what's a quarter mile? What's 300 yards? And I'm like,
yards and meters are about the same. So
yeah, roughly.
Until you get to 300.
Yeah. I was like, fuck. Yeah, but it just did it straight away itself. So no, having fun in England, but I've still got metric.
I mean, metric makes a lot more sense. I do.
A lot more sense. I don't want to do fractions.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
13/16 of something.
Yeah, exactly. was like, what's the next one? Well,
holy shit.
an experience now.
Okay, we were talking way too much. How big was that jump?
They don't clarify any of that.
I think
Really?
it was 120 or something like that.
That looks bigger than 120.
That looks way bigger than 120. It could, maybe it is because like it's a kind of a small takeoff, but
That everything you got coming off that little jump before it.
so then Tyler's just like skipping all of practice basically
That day.
that day. All right.
That's my thing. Did he already just huck everything? Or he's like, screw it, I'll come out tomorrow and huck everything? How hard in third do you hit that thing? And he said, like, fucking hard.
On it.
Fucking hard.
He should have told him wide open as fast as you can go.
Isn't that funny? Axel's asking Colby for directions.
Yeah.
And you did the interview, didn't you, at X Games a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Finding about the beef.
Well, no, that was just I had seen their stuff on Instagram on stories and shit, and I had saved it because people were sending it to me, so I'd saved that stuff and just clipped it together.
Man, that drone pilot was close as well.
Well, you don't think Red Bull has the best drone pilots too? They probably got like sponsored drone pilots. You don't know who it is?
I mean, it actually would have been awesome
Really
for this, what we're doing right now, because you were saying maybe we could have Tom Parsons on, but unfortunately it didn't happen for today. That would have been awesome to get his opinion as well as it was going down.
And that might be something we can pull off. Like I said, right now we're at a fair, and it's like we're barely pulling this off with internet and our phones and everything as it is. So
you know what's cool is actually to see these guys even, you know, doing like what we do in a freestyle comp, like thinking about their run and they're thinking about their lines. Do racer boys, do they need to think that sort of stuff normally? I don't know, but
bro, I mean, I'm sure they do. They think about what they're gonna do if they get a good start or a bad start, or so they're still mentally preparing.
I love seeing like Cole Seeley going terrifying.
Yeah.
Like when these guys
are
are saying huge and terrifying, like that's cool.
I mean, they got a pretty stellar lineup of judges there.
Yeah.
There's Twitch, Maddow, and Fights.
Actually, how intimidating would that be to have those boys as the judges? You're like, I've got the big boys to really impress here. Like, what do I do? Like, do you do the same thing? Like, know what you can do, or do you just go for something so gnarly just to actually impress them because they've seen it all before?
Yeah. I mean, I think
like because they've seen practice, I'm guessing. So do you then go, all right, I have to step it up even more?
Twitch was there for sure. I don't know if I didn't see any footage of anybody else there, so maybe he was the only one there. Yeah, I know, but I didn't see footage from them in the first ones. Only Twitch, I feel like, hung out for kind of the whole time. I could be wrong.
That run from Raha was sick.
Yeah, I thought personally Rothaus should have won.
Dude, this dude's rad. I like Billy. We only like talked on the internet or whatever. I think we have him on a podcast.
Oh. Hey, he held on to it though.
Yeah.
His ass would have been puckering though.
That was a crazy jump right there.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I mean. Did he not jump everything, Billy or Jimmy Hill? Because he's throwing down mini flips.
Oh,
Saran
wrap no handers. Look out! Is this push ups? Ah, come on. Yeah, but like, what's the judging like? There's no real tricks in this.
Yeah.
Is it lines?
Woo. Yeah, that's big.
That's
big.
That's not 120. That's bigger than
140, 160 maybe.
Probably. Think about third wrapped on a 450. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if I remember correctly, didn't Vicky like blow her ankles out or something last year?
Yeah, something. She did something.
Oh, he does.
So she's
a couple other tricks.
So she's back.
Okay, so Bierman.
Yeah, right.
93 to 87.
All right, everybody. If you like live comedy, you can go to livestreamcomedy.com and watch some. Sometimes we actually stream the shows, and you can watch us do comedy from New Jersey live. You can watch too over in Europe. You probably won't get our jokes because our American humor.
I don't even know where that came from. Berriman sending his second run.
Big dog.
That was huge. Good height.
Yeah.
Out of the quarter. I actually, you know what I really like is watching all these guys doing knack-knacks. They all got like the weirdest knack-knacks
Yeah, he like leans
that I've ever
back.
seen. Yeah. Everyone's
But
got like the weirdest knack, but it's so cool. I like seeing it. Oh,
it's also on a long jump, which I feel like you kind of have to do stuff a little bit different on something going that fast and far.
yeah. Fucking Colby just sending flips everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Colby's a boss with like flipping dirt for
Yeah.
a guy who's not a freestyle rider, like just a free
He's
rider.
just a really good rider. That's why I think like that contest we were talking about, I think he would do great.
Yeah. Oh, like how far would
I don't know.
that was a big flip.
And that flip.
And how far was the transfer from that quarter pipe? That was also huge.
Figure the landing, I bet you was 50, 60 feet across.
Yeah, that's huge.
And he bailed out of the quarter pipe before the top, which doesn't that throw you a little weird when you bail out?
Yeah, I would have thought so, like get a kick or something.
Yeah, because I have jumped off the side of one. That's it. And it was awkward.
Yeah.
He's flipping good too, though.
Yeah, he was. Isn't it funny? A seat grab, Indy's getting a cheer. Oh, he's going to transfer it as well.
To me, doing a seat grab Indy off of that jump is no different than jumping. That's gnarly. Oh.
He did well to hold on to that bad.
But so here's the thing. He just saw Colby do it. And then kind of, I realized he upped the ante with the knack, but nobody even thought about it before Colby did. So
and Colby,
do they not kind of even themselves out?
So now we're back to that competition idea you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else would have done that. So here's my whole thing. I guess I should wait for them to announce everybody.
All I know is Axel won. That's not bad for a dude who was so banged up to still get third. Yeah. I mean, it's a Red Bull event, so maybe that might have helped. Colby in second. Nice.
But so here's...
So obviously Axel, man.
So we need to see the actual what happened on what jumps, because it's hard. They do clip through the run really quick.
Yeah, we need to see the whole start to finish.
Exactly, because that's in my head. I'm like, what was the differentiating factors? You know, did he jump something else that Colby didn't, which I don't see happening? You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's it. Like
Jimmy Hill, there I saw on his Instagram, he's doing big double grabs and he's doing like all kinds of shit. And I'm like, okay, how did he not
have been counted for very much?
I mean, Matto did say it. I probably wasn't really listening because we were talking a little bit at the same time.
Yeah.
I guess it was all about the lines and overall. And I think that's kind of what most of these events are about these days. It's all the overall. So yeah, you can make mistakes here or there, but if overall at the end of it, maybe you're sitting there going, yeah, that was a fucking sick run.
Well, that would be
I mean, that's X Games as well. Yeah. So it's the same thing.
But here's my only, at X Games or anything like that, you get to watch the entire run from start to finish so you can critique it. And the way that this came out in segments, I feel like there's probably a little bit that's left out, you know, that actually tells the story.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like they didn't have TV cameramen there and a producer that they couldn't just put out.
And it's not to say that won't come out on TV later. And I mean, Red Bull is like that. So maybe they'll have a longer cut TV show that comes out fully produced in the future. But just from watching it online, it's hard to really go like, I totally agree with this guy won or that guy won or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't even find the results. Yeah, you can't find the results on that.
There you go. Yeah, but maybe I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, but when Red Bull are producing something like this for Imagination, are they thinking about guys like you and I, and probably who's listening to this as a companion and as a podcast? We want to know, but for the how many? It's not even that many people that have watched it.
What is it?
252,000 views.
Yeah, that's hardly anything.
That's not really much. But I mean, for most of those views, are the people just watching it anyway, just to see some gnarly shit and
I would
yeah,
say,
that was cool.
But I think our sport is so niche.
Yep.
That's why the views are so low. Is because those are actually people that give a shit about freestyle. Whereas if you have if it was just all fails, go find a motorcycle fail video. I guarantee it's got 1 million views.
5,
so
10.
I would
20,
say nobody else cares about this unless you're actually into it. You're not going to sit there and watch a 24-minute long video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then, you're right. You're probably very right, actually, because that does make sense that it's a low number. It's actually people who want to watch it.
But that sounds more indicative of the size of freestyle motocross's crowd, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
exactly
baseball or football, and people always go, why don't these guys get paid more for risking their lives? Well, it's just the fan base. And we also don't merchandise well, which this is a conversation I've had before, but basketball makes the most money out of any sport. Why? Jerseys.
Yeah.
You can't buy a Ken Rockton full jersey or whoever.
No, exactly.
Antonio Caroli, my motherland, my mother country.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the thing. Any basketball video would just be millions and millions and millions, and there's millions of those videos. Yet this is one of the biggest events, probably the biggest event of 2021. Due to COVID. So X Games, this, and Night of the Jumps. There's been 3 competitions all year.
But if you're not in the loop, though, I don't feel like you would ever know that any of this happened.
No. And I'm sitting here now. This premiered on the 22nd of September. It's now the 21st of October, and I hadn't watched it yet because I was so busy with what I was doing. And I'm in the middle of all of this, and I'm a month late already. Actually, I was only a month late because we were talking about doing this as a campaign, held off. So I thought, actually, I'm going to hold off. I held back, but only by a week or so.
Yeah.
But I mean, for 3 weeks, I kept thinking to myself, I need to sit down and make 24 minutes free in my day somewhere that I can actually watch this. It does make it sound like I'm a busy guy. I'm not. I'm just playing video games. But in the middle of all that, but that's the thing. So I think you might have just found probably a bigger talking point out of the whole video than the video itself. Only 250,000 people watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, are they more that they're core fans and they're gonna actually do something with watching it? For Red Bull Imagination, they want to sell Red Bull cans. Normally, they want to sell to a lot more than 250,000 people.
Yeah.
What else are they going to sell?
At this point,
what else are they selling to the fans?
I don't think they have to try to sell cans anymore. The name sells itself.
And there has to be.
That's true.
When I did the 2 videos I learned that the only way to make money with that stuff is to sell that footage more than once. So I'm sure that this is just goes out to basically, like you said, the core people online that are looking for it. Beyond that, I'm sure it's going to be on TV, on Red Bull TV, and it's going to show up on other stuff like that. Plus all the content they've already made out of it. I mean, I think that we don't understand how to quantify it, but think about how long we've been seeing stuff from that contest come up, clips of people jumping stuff and whatever else. I mean, so the footprint is a lot bigger than just the 250,000.
Of course.
Watch it on YouTube. And Red Bull
Exactly.
had to leverage that.
Yeah, it'll be the 30-second clips on Reels. It'll be a minute or, probably not even more than a minute.
Hey, just include me on the contest, the first hit contest somehow.
Yeah, you're going to ride it. You're going to
ride
that.
No, that's a terrible idea.
We'll get the airbag topper and lay it over every lane.
It'll depend how long it takes us to move that airbag.
All right, guys, go move it to the next one.
No, I think that's a really cool idea.
I don't want,
and I'm sure it's been thought of before, but after watching this, and like when we're not seeing the full clip, we're not seeing 1.5 hours of competition. We're only seeing probably 15 minutes after the, all the warm up and the training. It probably wasn't even that. It was probably only 10 minutes, I think, in the end. I think that's actually not a bad idea to come out of all this. But yeah, I mean, for this event though, was this better than last year? Because last year you didn't know what was coming, whereas this year you kind of knew what was coming.
I didn't watch last year that well, honestly.
It was pretty similar.
Oh, so one year and 1 month after last year, and you still haven't seen it? Not like just me and 1 month later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it was pretty similar, not all that much different, especially if you're not like a diehard fan who knows.
Well, I feel like
for the rest of the public, that looks like the same old.
I feel like this year they really tried to jazz it up with Cole Seeley and Ryan Sipes, and bring in some other people that have maybe a little bit more of a broad motocross appeal than just freestyle motocross, which obviously we see how that worked. We'd have to go and look at last year's and see what they did number-wise.
In terms of the expectation, of course, you're never going to beat the first one because it was that first Imagination was awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought that was really cool.
I thought you need to watch the 2 setup videos as well, because it shows that Tyler towing everybody into all the jumps and everything on the first, and second day of practice. He just skipped whatever the third or fourth day it looked like.
So, right. In my mind, that was the cooler part of it all.
Yeah.
Did it have, episode 2 was 128,000 people watched it. What about episode 1?
Or you could even do have
course of real 116. I mean, it's not the viewer counts don't actually mean jack diddly squat, but I feel that the start of that competition was the start of this video was nearly more fun watching them get scared than the actual comp.
Sure.
So I guess that's probably why they've done it. Of course, like episode 1 and 2, that's the reveal, that's the build.
Yeah.
And actually, the competition, only half of the competition's not even
show a lot
the
of
comp.
that stuff, and that is cooler than the actual competition was. Focused on them.
Well, they did, like you said, 24-minute video. Maybe 10 minutes of it was the final. The rest of it was all practice and stuff like that. So out of 3 videos, they were all 15 to 25 minutes. Less than 10 minutes was actually the contest itself. They needed more behind the scenes of them just sitting around the fire talking shit, because that there was tons of shit talk with that group.
Yeah, you pushed.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was probably more entertaining than the whole thing, I bet.
Yeah, hell yeah. And think about how much footage they would have from that event.
They do.
7 days of training, or 6 days, or 5 days, whatever it is, before the comp.
Yeah.
And then the comp, there'd be so much footage. And we'll never see it, which sucks.
Well, and it's like when you guys did it in Germany, right? You guys were in the middle of nowhere, so everybody probably hung out right on site. So everybody was just around the whole time, shooting the
yeah, because it rained pretty much the entire time, so they couldn't even get out and look at the course. It was just shooting the shit anyway. especially when Colby found out Amsterdam was only 2 hours away. But but yeah, that stuff's even better. But yeah, like you said, there's only 10 minutes of comp. I'd love to see each run. I'd love to see what they actually could link together and what did the judges actually get to witness. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do a niche of the niche. The niche is just freestyle in general, and then the next niche is like to sit there and watch every single run. Like,
yeah,
it would be cool to hear what Matto and Feist and who was it? Matto, Feist, and Twitch.
Yeah, there may have been some others, but those for sure.
That would be cool to actually hear what they had to say at the end of all of that.
Yeah. On the next one.
So what are you boys doing then?
Hanging out, probably about to make some lunch, and we missed spaghetti lunch day, which kind of bummed about, but
damn, that's not good for the Italian.
Two old dudes pulled up on a golf cart and handed me a flyer. It was free spaghetti lunch, and he made a big joke, and he goes, and there's going to be
that's right,
homemade cookies, finely crafted by elderly. What did he say?
By a real elderly
genuine
woman.
Elderly woman. And I said, all right. That's good.
Genuine elderly woman.
There you go. That's a good one.
There you go. Basically from South Carolina.
He's got South Carolina.
South Carolina. That's right.
Carolina.
No, I'll do a bit more work. I'll work on that one.
Normally people go for like old Western, like John Wayne or something.
What does he sound like?
I don't know.
He's like, well, Pilgrim.
Yeah. No, I probably would have done that. If I had a couple more beers, I'd probably go that way. So what did you think of that? It was a completely different type of podcast episode, I know, but I felt personally I took more away from that than I probably expected to. If you did like this as a bonus episode alongside other regular interviews and competition wrap-ups, let me know and I'll continue to put them up. Otherwise, we might just leave it all as companions on the Two Wheels to Freedom YouTube channel. I'm happy to do both, but it's kind of up to you guys really. If you like this episode and want to watch exactly what we were talking about, check out the YouTube link and I'll put that in the show notes so you can find it. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Clint Esposito again for arranging all of this and sending me the audio back as he recorded it all there in the middle of them doing shows. You can also scroll back through the Riders Lounge podcast series and find his full interview that we did last year, as he was one of the first guests we ever had on the podcast in 2020. And it was awesome to also catch up with Austin Drummond as well. I haven't seen him since we both went to the audition for the Macau casino shows way back in 2009, which was held in Zelzate in Belgium. So that's it for me. I'll probably need to jump on and find the lead-in episodes of the Imagination series, I guess, because I'm guessing they were probably even better than the actual competition. Although I'm not sure if watching it in reverse order now makes much sense anymore. But I'm going to do it anyway. I want to thank Rothaus Brewery for their latest delivery of beers to my home in Germany. Too bad I'm in England at the moment for a couple of months to enjoy it, so I'll just have to drop into the UK distributor while I'm here. Also to Spect Eyewear, who dropped off the latest Red Bull Spect goggles at Night of the Jumps in Basel. The new goggles have a much bigger field of vision, which I can't wait to try out. I haven't given them a shot yet, but if they are even 50% as comfortable as the previous model, I can't wait to ride in them. Make sure to jump on the ridersloungepodcast.com. There's plenty of new content there as well. There's new stuff coming out actually on the most recent interview with the man behind the latest action sports brand Thriller, Paul Everest. And I just knocked out one of the biggest episodes yet with Levi Sherwood, talking all about the brand new fully custom FMX bike, which is even better than last year's episode that we did. And as I said, if you liked it or you didn't like this episode, please let me know. You can email me at steve@invertmanagement.com. All right, thank you very much, everybody. See you soon on the next episode of the Riders Lounge podcast.